You are now listening to Playbook Radio. Here is your host, Martin Williams.
And welcome to Playbook Radio. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. All links to the podcast can be found at gameplanplaybook.com. That's gameplanplaybook.com. So it's nice to be back. Nice to be back podcasting again, something that I enjoy doing. Haven't really been able to do it. Well, shouldn't say I haven't been able to do it, but just been busy doing a lot of other stuff. So nice to be able to be in my familiar surroundings and just talking to, those of you that listen. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to listen to me talk. So today what I wanted to talk to you about is building your side business routine. So I'm taking a course to, improve my mental performance coaching skills. And one of the things in the course talks about, routines over motivation. And I have long believed this, and it's interesting how, it came up in the course. And there are a lot of things that have come up in the course that I've either taught or practiced or both. So it just kind of let me know that I'm on the right track, with my coaching philosophy and methodology. But when it comes to building your side business, and one of the things that I'm focusing on right now is not only helping myself, but also helping those who choose to come along with me break free of their 9-to-5 job and break into a business of their own. And really more so the mindset piece of it. I'm not really interested in teaching people what to do, because that's very unique for a lot of people. If you have 10 people, you could probably give them 10 separate instructions on what to do. And I think that it will be more advantageous to tell people how to think as opposed to what to think or what to do. Because when you get your mindset together, I believe that the results come from that mindset, right? So with routines and motivation, I think a lot of times what happens is that we get high on motivation, right? And there are a lot of great motivators out there, whether it's Tony Robbins or Gary Vee or Grant Cardone, like all these guys are really good, and, girls too, they're really good at motivating people. And, motivation is necessary. I don't want to say that motivation's not needed, because it is. Sometimes we need that motivation, that spark. But think of it like a car, right? Your car, most cars have what's called a starter, right? And so that starter its job is to basically, ignite, the chain reaction that gets your car going. And without the starter, of course, you can't get the car running. So we all need that motivation. But the starter is not the reason that you're able to go, 300 miles. You need gas, you need fuel, right? And, really what fuels long-term success is habits and routines. You need core habits, things that you're going to do every single day to ensure that you stay on track. And no matter what the area is, your success is tied to your habits, whether those habits are good or not so good or just non-existent. For example, with money, a lot of people have the habit of saving their receipts and keeping track of expenses, budgeting, planning expenses, things like that. And by and large, people who do that tend to have money, right? They tend to have less financial crises because they've created order in their money. They've created order in their financial life. And where there's more order, there's less chaos, right? The two have an inverse relationship. Where there's less order, there's more chaos. And that's the case in finances. That's the case in your work. That's the case in your business. We're talking mostly about business. and it's the case everywhere. You know, if you bring more order to your life, you're going to have less chaos. You're going to have less unexpected things happening. Are there unexpected things that happen to even the most orderly people? Of course there are, right? But they tend to happen less with them as opposed to people who just kind of hope for the best, right? And I used to be one of those hope for the best people. It didn't really work out for me long term. I had to get to a point where I said, okay, I got to start budgeting, right? Even though I didn't have a whole lot of money, to budget, I had to start. I got to start somewhere. I got to start planning my expenses. I can't continue to just have unplanned expenses pop up over and over again. And it's still been a challenge because I hadn't been doing it for a long time, but I found that the more that I did that, the more that I planned things out, the more that I budgeted things out, the more that I foresaw things coming, I had less chaos, less financial crisis in my life. And it should be the same way with your business. You have to have a routine. You've got to bring a routine to your side business, especially working full time. Your job can get very, very busy. At least mine can. It can get very busy, and you get to the end of the day, and it's like, I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to go to sleep, or watch a couple of shows. Like I'm not interested in doing much of anything. But that's not really going to move the needle, especially when it comes to the end results, the things that you want to accomplish, the things that you want to do. You want to make enough money so you can leave your job. You want to get to the point rather, where you can make a decision to go full time. Or, if you want to stay at your job, then that's fine, but you're making enough money to even have that discussion, even have that conversation, whether it's with yourself or, with your significant other, right? But you won't get there until you have order. And you have to have order in your business. And it doesn't mean that you have to go overboard and, get thousands of pages of documentation. I mean, you're not making any money. Most people aren't making any money in their side business at the moment. But just a simple routine of these are the 5 things that I'm going to do every single day. And that's really where I've come to in my journey. Is there are 5 things that I'm going to do every single day. Okay. I'm going to write, I'm going to post, I'm going to engage, and I'm going to work on a digital product, and I'm going to work on my admin tasks, right? Whether it's a website, whether it's, if there's things that need to be done in regards to payment links and, things that aren't working, right? And I set aside 2 hours a day just for my business tasks, my business things that I need to do. And every single day, that is my focus. Now, are there times when that gets disrupted? Of course. There may be things going on in my personal life. There may be things going on with my family, and that tends to get disrupted. But I hold to that routine, and with routine brings predictability. I wrote an article not too long ago about increasing predictability. The more predictable your life is, the more confidence you have. And the more confidence you have, the more comfort that you have with the business, and the more comfort that people have with you. Because at the end of the day, business is all about trust. And if people feel like they can trust you, then they're willing to make an investment in whatever it is that you're selling. So there's a great correlation between order and confidence, and routine helps to bring that home. So I encourage you to basically have like a 5-point routine that you do without fail, right? And again, life is going to happen. Things are going to happen that you can't predict. But without fail, these 5 things that you're going to do every single day. And I challenge you to do that and create that for your life. And in doing so, you're going to start bringing more order, more predictability, and your business will benefit from it. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to Playbook Radio. If this episode helped you, please share it with family and friends. For more about Playbook strategies, please go to GameplanPlaybook.com.